Okay, when you picture a preschool or kindergarten class, who do you see at the front? I'm guessing for most of us, that image is almost always a woman. But what if that's not just a coincidence? What if it's a sign of a huge missed opportunity in our society? Today, we're going to dig into why men are so often missing from one of our most important jobs and why that matters a whole lot more than you might think. It's a pretty simple question, right? But the answer tells us so much about our expectations as a society. Because when you really look at the numbers, it becomes crystal clear that men are, well, they're just overwhelmingly absent from one of the most critical professions out there, shaping the minds of our youngest children. Get a load of this number. Just 2%. That's it. That's the percentage of men working in England's early years sector. You know, the field that's all about educating kids from birth to age 5. It's such a shockingly low number, and it tells you right away that something is way out of balance here. And hey, this isn't just a UK thing. Hop across the pond to the United States, and you basically see the exact same picture, just flipped. 97% of pre-K teachers are women. This is not some regional quirk, it's a global pattern. The truth is, early childhood education is one of the most gender-segregated professions in the entire world. So you have to ask, why? Why is this happening? Well, to really get it, we've got to untangle this complex web of stereotypes, economic facts, and some really deep-seated cultural beliefs. Let's start with probably the most powerful barrier of them all. Right at the heart of it all is this one belief. It's this idea that caring is just, hardwired into women's DNA, and that men, well, they just aren't built for it. That single assumption acts as this massive roadblock, discouraging men from even thinking about this as a career. And you can trace that idea way back. For generations, our culture has handed out these really specific jobs. Men were supposed to be the providers, right? The breadwinners. And women were the nurturers, the primary caregivers. And even though society is changing, the echo of these old school roles is still super powerful in shaping career choices today. And of course, you can't ignore the money. For a man who's been told his whole life he's supposed to be the breadwinner, the pay in early ed is a huge turnoff. This data from Australia makes it really clear. Early childhood educators earn a lot less than the average for other jobs. When a field is seen as women's work, it often gets literally undervalued. That low pay feeds right into another big problem: perception. The whole field is often seen as a low-status job. I mean, some people still act like kindergarten teachers are just glorified babysitters, instead of the highly skilled professionals they are, the people literally building the foundation for the next generation. Now we have to talk about the darkest and, honestly, the most damaging barrier there is. Men who want to work with young kids often face this awful suspicion about why they're there. They're afraid they'll automatically be labeled as gay or, even worse, as a potential predator. It's a horrible, unjust stigma that's so toxic it can stop a genuinely caring and talented man from ever even trying. And the list of challenges just keeps going. With so few guys in the field, there aren't any role models for the next generation to look up to. Some men say they feel a little tension with their female colleagues, or that their natural style of more active, rough-and-tumble play doesn't always fit in. It can really feel like a world that just wasn't built for them. Okay, so we've laid out all these barriers, but here's the thing. Getting more men into childcare isn't just about ticking an equality box. It's about the massive, positive difference their presence makes on kids, on families, and on all of us. So let's dive into what that impact really looks like. For the kids, the benefits are just huge. Having male teachers provides positive role models, which is especially important for children who might not have a stable male figure at home. It brings in different styles of interaction, like more active play. And this is a big one. It helps all kids see that caring and nurturing aren't just for women. It gives them a much more balanced view of the world. And this really goes way deeper than just how they play. The very presence of a man in a caring, professional role actively challenges and redefines what it means to be a man. It's a powerful, real-life example of a different kind of masculinity, one that's based on care and compassion. This quote just nails it. Men in childcare are basically a walking, talking counter-argument to all those old stereotypes of men being aggressive or unable to show emotion. From the very beginning, they show kids that strength can be gentle and that caring is a human thing, not just a female thing. And those good vibes just ripple outward. Seeing another man in that environment can make dads feel more welcome and encourage them to get more involved. It sends a message to the whole community that taking care of kids is everybody's job. And honestly, it just makes the classroom look more like the real diverse world we all live in.
Okay, so the problem is clear and the benefits are undeniable. So what's the good news? Well, things are actually starting to change. Let's look at some really encouraging signs and the concrete steps we can all take to help pave this new path forward.
And if you need proof that change is absolutely possible, just look at Norway. Through dedicated, focused efforts, they more than tripled the percentage of male preschool teachers in just 15 years, from 3% all the way up to 10%. That didn't just happen by accident. It happened because of intentional policy changes and a real cultural push.
And it's not just Norway. We're seeing a similar positive trend over in Germany. The number of men training to become educators has been climbing steadily, hitting over 16%. That shows a real shift in how a new generation of men are thinking about their careers.
So how do we keep this momentum going? It really starts with a fundamental change in attitude. It's not enough to just sort of tolerate men in these roles. The environment has to be genuinely welcoming. That means treating them like equal partners, not like some kind of novelty. And most importantly, we have to stop the unfair scrutiny and end that culture of suspicion that holds so many good men back. And look, this isn't some abstract idea. There are real, practical things childcare centers can do, like right now. Put pictures of men and dads in your brochures. Host events that dads might be into. Make sure you have the right facilities, like staff bathrooms for men. These small, deliberate choices all add up to create a culture where men feel like they actually belong. In the end, this whole conversation really boils down to one simple but really powerful question. What would our world look like if we stopped seeing caring as a female trait and just started seeing it as a human one? The answer to that? Well, it might just change everything for our kids and for all of us.